A tool failure isn't the end of the turn. Crash and the agent dies. Hand the model a structured error, and it recovers. Welcome to AI TechBook. Today, structured tool errors, how to return a failure so the agent can recover on its own instead of crashing the loop. Here's the agent loop. The model calls a tool, your code runs it, you hand back a result, and the loop continues tool after tool. Then one of them fails. And from that single point, there are two paths. What you hand back decides everything. Throw an exception and the loop dies, the model never even sees the error, and a human gets paged. Or return a structured error, and the loop keeps going, with the model now aware of exactly what went wrong. So the failure didn't end the turn. The way you returned it did. Recovery happens inside the same loop if you let the model see the error. So what exactly do you hand back? The thing you hand back is a tool result block, and it has three parts. It goes in a new user message. The tool use ID, which matches the tool call it's answering, so the model knows which result is which. The content, the actual result, a string or some blocks, and is error, the Boolean that flags an execution failure. Two of those are optional. An empty tool result, just the ID, is perfectly valid. So, get the ID right to match, fill the content to inform, and set as error to signal. And that one Boolean is what turns a crash into a turn of the conversation. Is error set to true? That's the recovery signal. When the tool throws, say a network 500, you return its error message in the content with is error true. Claude reads it and works it into the response. I couldn't get the weather right now. Please try again later. Now here's why the flag matters. Picture the same error string returned both ways. Without the flag, the model can read error 500 as the weather, as valid data. With his error set to true, it's handled as a failure. The flag is the signal. Drop it, and the model can believe the error. So, execution failed. Is error true, always. But the flag alone isn't enough. The message has to be usable. And most error messages aren't because they're written for your logs, not for the model. This is the number one lever. Anthropic's own guidance, don't return the word failed. Say what went wrong and what to try next. Like, rate limit exceeded. Retry after 60 seconds. That single line gives the model the context to recover or adapt without guessing. And a raw stack trace is the same trap as failed. It's not actionable, it leaks your internals, and it burns tokens. The model can't act on error, 500. So write the error like an instruction the model can follow. One more rule, and it's a 400 if you miss it. The placement rule. Get it wrong, and it's a 400 before the model sees anything. Two parts. The tool result has to immediately follow the tool use it's answering, no messages in between. And inside that user message, the tool result blocks come first. Any text you add comes after. Put text before the tool result, and you get the classic 400. Tool use IDS found without tool result blocks immediately after. So, tool result first, right after the call, then your text. Now watch it all run on one real failure. One real failure, two paths. The model calls get weather, and the city can't be found. Path A, you throw. The function raises, the loop halts, the model never sees the error, and someone gets paged at 2 a.m. path B, you return is error true. With an actionable message, city not found. Try a more specific name like Springfield, Illinois. The model reads that, retries with the better input, and the very next result comes back clean. Recovery inside one loop with no human in the middle. And it's not just network errors. When the model's tool call is invalid, a missing required parameter returned as his error, Claude will retry 2 or 3 times, correcting itself before it gives up and apologizes. Return the failure, make it actionable, and the model does the recovery. So where do people still break this? 4 mistakes, each one quietly kills recovery. 1, throw the exception so your orchestrator catches it. Wrong, the loop halts and the model never sees the error. 2, return a normal result with the error in the content, but no is error flag. Wrong, the model reads the error as valid data. 3, return as error, but with a raw stack trace. Wrong, It's not actionable. It leaks internals. It burns tokens. 4, just retry the tool yourself forever. Wrong? That hides the failure from the model and spins on an error that's never going to clear. Every one of those is the edge of something you just learned. Return, don't throw, set the flag, write the message, bound the retries, and a few boundaries the exam loves to test. 3 boundaries that keep you from overbuilding. 1, strict, set to true. On your tool definition, eliminates invalid tool calls at the source, so there are fewer errors to handle at all. 2, server tool errors, web search and the like, Claude handles transparently. You don't return is error for those, that's only for your own client tools. 3, tool result content from the outside world, web pages, email, third-party APIs, is untrusted. Keep it inside the tool result block, never in your system prompt. So his error is for client tool execution failures, not server tools, and not API level errors like token truncation. Handle your failures, let strict, and the server side handle the rest. So the verdict isn't catch the exception. It's this: don't crash, hand the model an error it can recover from. If the failure is recoverable, return is error true with an actionable model-facing message and let it retry. If it's not, an auth failure, a hard 4, 03, a budget you've hit, still surface it, but tell the model not to retry and escalate. An error is a message to the model. Shape it so the model can act. The whole thing, one screen. The tool result is what you hand back. Is error set to true? Is the signal that it failed? The message is the lever, say what broke and what to try next. Placement, tool result first, right after the call. And the loop does the rest. The model reads the error and recovers. Don't crash. Hand the model an error it can recover from. That's structured tool errors. If this saved your next agent from a 2 a.m. page, share it with one person who's building with tools. Subscribe to AI TechBook. Next, we go deep on MCP servers, what they are, and when to reach for one.